Ringing of Revolution, Phil Ochs. Another song, I have to importantly say, tuned down a half step. And going off, this is the live version, the live album. And having said that and think of it, um, they didn't have these things. They didn't have the snap-on tuners. They didn't have the phone apps. They used their ears. And as much as they were musicians and they were pretty good, they weren't always 100% correct. So what I did, I tuned it to a half step and then tuned it down a little bit more. You can play around with that. It's not going to be perfect, but that's just a suggestion. And this song, it's in the key of G. I say that because you're actually playing an F sharp, kind of like the last lesson we did with Phil. It's going to have this G with the pinky, switch into this C with the pinky again. And you can even hear, like, it's, even for being a half step down, you can hear that it's really out of tune. But just trying to do creative things and trying to match it with him, because it did sound a little bit lower than it was, but I don't know. You just got to play around with it, but at the same token, it's going to be pretty close to what he's doing. I think I'm just going to move it up a little bit more just so it sounds okay for the lesson. G to C is going to be the most of the song. Then there's an E minor and a B minor. The tab that I'm going to link to says sometimes a D7, but I just don't hear and think that he's really doing that. Don't know why he would go out of his way to do that. Yeah, that's all the chords you're going to need to know. So I'm going to try to play it a little bit quieter here. Maybe the copyright won't come up. In a building of gold, families with the country was founded, and Americans of color made the fatherland. So in between the verses, you can really hear that switch off, and then it's just a different strumming pattern in between the verses. But like I said, he's just playing live. He's laid back. He's having a good time. He's just strumming. You can hear it in his voice when he changes chords. That's a really good thing about him, and he really emphasizes it with his high voice. I think that's a reason why he's tunes it down a lot of times half step to help out with singing. So you can definitely hear when it goes from the G to the C. In a building of gold with riches untold, live the families in which the country was founded, and the memories of style with their vain velvet smiles are there. They're also were hounded, and the soft middle class crowded into the last. The building was fully surrounded, and the noise outside was the ringing of revolution. That's pretty much it, so we're going to do it slower. I'm just trying to make sure it's pretty much the same chord progression all the way through here. And I do believe so it is. Just wanted to double check real quick. So the first block of lines, so the first 3 lines are going to switch from the C to the G, or the G to the C, I'm sorry, starts in the G. So you do that 3 times with the lines, okay? Then it goes a G, E minor, and then a D. And and then you do the G to C switch again for one line. Then it's G, E minor, B minor this time. And you wait on that, and then the last line of the verse is G, C, G, D, G. And then in between the verses is the G and the C switch again, with that different strumming pattern. Okay, so let's go through it a little bit slower here with me. Starts on the G. In a building of gold with riches untold, lived the families on which the country was founded. And the merchants of style with the vain velvet smiles were there, but they're also hounded. And the soft middle class crowded into the last, for the building was fully surrounded. And the noise outside was the ringing of revolution. That's pretty much it. I hope that helped. Like I said, I was a little bit slow / lazy / I'll get to it on the Phil Ochs songs, and we got to it. So a couple more requested, and we'll definitely get to those as well. So hopefully that helped. This is again for the live version. Did hear another version that I couldn't just pick up on, but what was requested was this live version, and that has the most views on YouTube. For the live album that he did. And I'm reading a comment here from somebody, Dylan can't touch Phil Ochs' brilliance. They spelled Phil, his name, wrong with a Y instead of an I. If Phil lived a little bit longer, would have been close, maybe. Not really, I don't know. See what you guys think of the comment section. But if you haven't already, subscribe, like, leave a comment. Have a good day.